What to expect at a Think Time quarterly reset. Hey friends, one of the questions I get the most often is, Christine, what exactly happens at a quarterly reset? And I love that question because the truth is, we are not gathering together because we want the next 90 days to look exactly like the last 90 days. We are doing this because we want something to change. So maybe there's a dream that you have that won't let go. Maybe there's a relationship you want to invest in, but you feel something's holding you back. Maybe there's a business you're building and you remember what happened last time. You don't want to burn out again. Maybe you're simply tired of feeling overwhelmed, distracted, or like you're capable of more than you're currently achieving. Whatever brings you here, the reason that we neuroplan is because we want to create intentional change. And if something in our lives is going to change, some thinking inside of us usually has to lead the way and change first. Most people try to make new plans while surrounded by the same distractions, the same demands, the same environment, and the same mental loops that keep them stuck. But if we want to get to the next level, we need to think outside the box. And if we need to think outside the box, sometimes we need to get outside the box, outside our routine, outside our noise, outside our normal pace. And that's why I created the Think Time quarterly reset. For 4 intentional hours, we step back from life so we can see life more clearly, because your life deserves at least as much design as your next vacation. And as your dreams deserve more than whatever time happens to be left over. So what happens when you arrive? The first thing you should know is that we're not going to jump straight into our calendars and our to-do lists. In fact, if you've ever left a planning session feeling just overwhelmed with all you need to get done and check off your list, you're going to notice that this feels very different. We begin by slowing down so you can end with clarity, direction, and peace. Years before I created Think Time, I was trained in the mind-body connection. And one thing I've learned is that your body affects your mind and your mind affects your body. It's a loop. And a stressed brain is not your best brain. So we begin by helping your nervous system settle. Breathing, reflection, guided visualizations, increased awareness, and just space to be. Not because we're avoiding productivity, but because we are preparing for it. And we're creating the conditions where creativity and clarity can emerge. My process is simple. It's love your design, then dream, decide, do, and review. When we start the session, we'll begin with review and then dream, decide, and do. So let's talk about review. One of the most powerful things we do is learn from the last 90 days without shame. Think Time's a shame-free zone. We start with gratitude and then we're honest about our performance. We look back to find out what we can learn and tune in to what matters most. I'll ask you targeted questions to guide you to discover what's helping you move toward what you want and what is not. We're not looking backwards to beat ourselves up or feel the pressure that we have to do all the things. We're looking backward to learn. And there's actually a certain feeling state that I want you to tune into. There's a certain feeling I want you to tune into. And if you can get in touch with this one feeling, it is my belief that you can tune in to what matters most really, really fast. Then we take that wisdom and we use it to build a better future. The next phase is dreaming. Most planning systems begin with tasks. We begin with a vision because most people think they struggle with distraction when what they really struggle with is the destination. Before we decide what to do, we need to know where we are trying to go. So I guide you through a series of visual, creative, whole brain exercises that help you get what's inside of you out in front of you and on paper so you can see what you have going on, your dreams, your relationships, your work, your health, your responsibilities, and your opportunities, even your calling and your capacity. We bring it all into the room because when you can see it, then you can begin to sort it. So if you've done a good job in the dream phase, you're looking at it and you're thinking, this is such a mess. There's no way this will ever become a plan. And that's when we move to the decide phase. This is when things start to become a little bit practical, boots on the ground. So if you've done a good dreaming, you've made the mess, and that's normal. The goal is never to do everything. In fact, it's one of the most ineffective things you can do. The goal is to identify the few things that matter the most. Those high leverage moves, the highest yield actions, the things that can create momentum over the next 90 days. because you don't have unlimited time. You don't have unlimited energy, and you don't have unlimited attention. So together we identify what matters most right now so you can go further faster in the right direction. Next, we do. This is where your priorities land on paper. Your sketches find the schedule. Not someday, not theoretically, not when life slows down. Now, I do not want your dreams to land on a shelf. I want them to land in your calendar. So we begin translating your priorities into actual rhythms, rejuvenating routines, and deadlines, because deadlines work. Priorities don't just need to be set, they need to be protected, and I show you how. Your priorities need a place to live on your calendar, and they need a place to live on your calendar first. And this is when we do it. This is how we move your longer term dreams into your daily reality. So what will you leave with? By the end of the quarterly reset, my hope is that you leave with more than just a plan. It is my hope that you leave with clarity. And this clarity is the one that cuts through the chaos and leaves you confident about the few things you really need to do. Confidence, calm, clarity, peace, perspective. This is the goal. You'll not only have a visual representation of what matters most to you in the season of your life, but you'll also have a 90-day roadmap and clear next steps built into the structure of your schedule. Finally, a schedule built from the inside out around what matters most to you and what you want most. It may be the first structured schedule you actually want to follow. And most importantly, you'll have a better understanding of yourself and where you are now in this season. And I believe self-awareness is the foundation of great leadership. And at Think Time, we believe that these types of brain breaks lead to breakthroughs, and that your next highest level of performance will always follow your next highest level of thinking. So who is this for? This is for brilliant but exhausted ADHD visionaries, creative leaders, entrepreneurs, half percenters, dreamers, doers, and difference makers. People who know they're capable of more, but don't want success at the expense of their peace, their relationships, their health, or their purpose. People who want to build their dreams without burning out. Here's my invitation to you today. If you're ready to step out of the noise for a few hours, if you're ready to reconnect with what matters most, and if you're ready to design the next 90 days, investing 4 hours to get clarity on over 2,000, I would love to invite you to join us. For 10 years, I have watched this process help people move from chaos to confidence, from overwhelm to clarity, and from constantly reacting to intentionally creating. I can't promise exactly what you'll discover, but I can tell you this: when people create space to think, something powerful often happens. Clarity increases, priorities become visible, and the next right step becomes easier to see. I say all the time, I'm Christine and I believe in your dreams, and I mean it. Your dreams matter, the people in your life matter, and the next 90 days matter. And I'd be honored to help you design them at our next quarterly reset. Please sign up in the link below.